Hey everybody, welcome to What the Flick. Billions season 2 episode, what did I say? Six, I think it'll say. Currency. It's currency. It's weird at the very beginning when Axe is desperate for a big idea to get them to not have a down quarter. I literally thought, what if they bought a country? And I thought, and then now they kind of are. They're devaluing the Nigerian currency, which never open an email from a prince who needs money. By the way,
no, I don't feel like Axe is falling for those scandals anytime.
Probably
I
not.
Think no. Oh my gosh, the scene I had been waiting for finally happened this week.
Which was
when Axe goes after that therapist. Oh, I was
yes.
so happy. It was like Christmas.
That was pretty great.
Oh, it was good.
Down to the big game hunter photo on the desk and everything.
Right? Everything that when you saw it, you were like, oh, he's gonna tear this guy apart. And I've just been like waiting for that person to do it. And the little chest crack he does when he's pounding his chest and telling him he's gonna be his bullshit detector.
Yeah.
Oh, love.
What I love is the way this episode was written, where you have two delayed punchlines. You've got Wag showing up, and then before they even get into that conversation, we go back 2 days, and then you've got Rhodes telling that story, and then about the wolves, and then getting interrupted. It's like, what's happening? So that was a nice through line of tension for the whole episode. Also, totally. a thing that we've talked about that we've never really seen before is that Axe and Lara had a bit of a contretemps.
I loved that. I love that both the husbands and wives have these like big kind of breaking points in their relationships. Yeah, and it was so interesting. I mean, I loved the way he's honest with her. Like, he's a businessman. I know I should probably be on her side, but I was kind of
no. I think he was totally right, because he was sort of trying to be tactful about it, and then it's like, look, I'm in a hurry, I gotta go. But here's the thing: this, you weren't ready. Sorry, it's done. And I gotta go. And
I tried to tip you off to that, and I tried to do it nicely. I asked the question, but I didn't.
Yeah.
He didn't come out and like berate her, but then she did it, and he still got the people to listen to her. So it's like, if you say you're ready, they'll be there. But if you want to be taken seriously, you have to be serious.
Yeah, no. I think he was totally right, and there's none of that came out as hostile. It was almost sort of like kind of the disappointed parent, like, look, I told you this was a possibility, and now it's happening, and you have to cope with the fallout from it. And then the other scene with the therapist with the Rhodeses, when he talks about the suit, I was like, we don't get a lot of humanity out of Rhodes necessarily, or it's usually it's all about the work. I mean, sometimes obviously he's still pining for Wendy, but that scene, I mean, the scene with the kids was also good, but the scene where he talks about having to always thinking that people are wondering what is she doing with him. That is so palpable, and Giamatti sells that moment so well.
Oh, totally, and she takes it so. You know what I mean? Like, it's such a I thought that was so interesting, because I could totally see that argument, and it was the most vulnerable I've ever seen him. Like, he's never really showed insecurity.
That's true.
He's always pure confidence.
Yeah, I mean, even with when the dad is riding him, he's kind of like just sort of waiting for it to be over. But he really opens up there. And Wendy Siff, or Maggie Siff rather, they talk about how like the essence of acting is listening, and just her taking in that information and just what you see going across her face. Beautiful scene. Oh,
it totally was. Yeah, I was such a fan of that one. And oh my gosh, the mole scene. That's the one with the writing I thought was phenomenal, and the acting.
Yeah.
The way when he is in that scene and you think he's gonna blow it.
Yes.
And they are sitting there, it was so tense. And I was just like crawling out of my seat, like, oh my God, and he spills the wine down there, and you're like, this could not be going the way you wanted to.
But it's really all to get rid of them. Yeah, no, there's another movie I've seen in the last couple of years where they do the same thing, where you think, oh fuck, he's blowing it, but no, it's all calculated. But that was really well played out, and just the little moment of the him, looking at the guy's sandwich. By the way, I jokingly tweeted last night that next season on Showtime, Paul Giamatti eats pastrami.
Oh
And,
God, that
and
was
I got a tweet back from one of the creators of the show who goes, "Bro, we went 4 episodes without him eating a thing." I was kidding. I like Paul Giamatti and Pastrami very much. So if that were an actual show, I would watch it. I just want to put that out there.
Well, and I thought it was a great beat because of the fact that they said earlier he was eating clean.
Yes.
So you just know that it affected him.
Yeah.
That's what I liked.
Yeah, and that moment where like Axe is not going to give him anything, you know, and I'm curious now, is he and Tammy Blanchard is that a thing now, you know?
Oh God, I mean,
I don't want it to be.
not.
I want him and Wendy to fix their, mend their fences and all, but you know.
Yeah, that would be. Oh no, I really want them to get back together, and I want her back at Axe Capital though. So and you see that scene where it's like this is Wendy's office, like he is not. No one is moving.
Oh yeah. This is all is a temporary situation. I don't know how that's going to work though. I don't know if Wendy can have Chuck and Axe at the same time anymore.
No.
You know, so that's, I think we're all going to have to pick one.
Yeah. Oh, and I don't know how I will. I don't think I'm going to. Like, I think I'm just going to be sad.
And the other thing I liked in this episode is that we see somebody kind of screw over Axe a bit. I mean, he obviously rebounds and overcomes, but it's like, it's nice occasionally that something goes wrong for him because he's always the smartest guy in the room, which is an interesting thing. And he's surrounded by the other smartest guys in the room, but even they can fuck up sometimes.
Well, yeah, and I had forgotten that. Then once I watched the episode, I was like, I remember that character now, and I went back and looked at it and was like, oh yeah, he screwed him really hard.
Yeah, that's previously on Billions is always very important because sometimes they'll remind you of a thing that went down, and you know, and Go Night, Go Club, I thought was great.
For sure. And oh my gosh, that suicide. Did you see it? I saw that coming. I saw that coming.
I did not.
When he walked into I don't know why, because we've never seen him before.
Oh right, sure.
And just like, I don't know, it's like he walked into the room and I was like,
but
he's gonna jump out a window.
That was almost sort of another kind of delayed punchline in a way, you know, where it's like here's this character that we're being introduced to and it's a situation, it's a thing that's happening. Oh, okay, well that's done.
Yeah, and I like the flashback. I like the Johnny Cash. They went a different, it wasn't so like hardcore rock this time.
And I like the idea of Wendy being like, okay, we could either spend 5 years doing actual rehab or let's just cut to the chase. And you believe with those two characters that they would have that conversation and get there, you know.
Absolutely. And how did you feel about Wags coming back? Is this a good thing ultimately, or had he moved on? Like, would it have been better for him to move on to some other place, or he found his value again?
I think he found his value. I think that he has a place there, even if it's not the one that he necessarily thought it was going to be. Yep. But yeah, and you know, look, I don't believe in a quick fix for someone who is an actual addict. That's a long road to hoe. But I at least believe the two of them getting him to a place of him kind of understanding what it's about and where it's coming from, and then the real work begins of the actual, detox and whatever else, you know.
Yeah, I felt the same way. It was funny because when it started and he interrupted him, I was worried because I was like, he must be about to leave. But then once you find out what's wrong with him, you're like, well, this kind of solves it too. It's not, he doesn't have to escape from the environment. It's not the environment damaging him.
So, all right, so we have Eric Bogosian behind bars and lots of other exciting things to look forward to. So we'll be back with more Billions next week. Thanks for watching.